Hi, I'm Jason Matthews. I'm the owner of Matthews Painting Company in Warsaw, Indiana. We continue our tutorial videos that we show each new employee that we hire on how to become a professional painter. Today we're going to discuss applying masking tape, or people call it painter's tape, to a stained baseboard. Even though our baseboards will not always be this thick, this will be a demonstration and give you just the basic understanding of taping a baseboard. We'll also discuss on how to tape a painted baseboard as well. Even though we'll be doing it on a stained baseboard, I'll explain to you the differences with that. First, if we were starting in an inside corner like this, we need to get a straight edge. So we take our snap knife and we cut a straight edge like that. And if the camera can kind of come in close here, you will notice the gap. So if the camera could kind of look at the gap in this baseboard, I'm referring to, we have a larger gap here, and then it goes tight against a wall here. That's very common in a house. And so what you want to do on a stained baseboard when you're just painting the wall only and not painting your baseboards is you want to ride the edge of your baseboard. You do not want to cover this gap. One of the reasons is that if this was a very dark color or even a light color and you're doing an extreme color change, when you pull your tape, if you ride your tape up over this gap here, you're going to see that old wall color in that gap. And so that'll be a place that we need to take actually our paint down into a little bit, not a whole lot of paint, but actually just a small amount of paint to cover. So if we could come over here, I usually get about a foot, foot and a half of tape, and I will go ahead and put my 3 fingers on top of the tape, and I hold the tape like this with my hand up and over the tape, and I hold that on the wall actually. And when I am taping, I will be steering the tape like this. You can kind of see that little triangle, how I'm moving my tape. And so what you can do, it just came loose there, and that happens a lot, so it's probably good that happened. You can actually press down and then go backwards like this. When I'm steering my tape, I'm actually looking right here, not back here. Even though it's not tacked down here, the nice thing about having tension on your tape is that you can push down pretty much where you're at and then backwards, and it'll all line up very nicely. We also grab the tape center like this with our thumb so that the tape does not stretch when you pull it off the roll, which can create a crease in the tape, which would cause paint to bleed through your tape. And so again, we put tension on the tape with these 3 fingers so that we can move it back and forth. We tack it down right where my fingers are, and then we go back. If you notice, it looks like I'm starting to cover the gap, but that is the place that where it actually came to the wall. Here you're going to see that gap start to return as we go along here. Notice how I've got tension on the tape, and I call it steering the tape. Notice how we don't show any wood exposed, my gap's still there. Now if you could come over on the other side of me, I'm actually going to show you how we will do an inside corner. So we leave a little bit of tension there on the, or a little bit of slack there on the tape. We take our 5-in-1 tool and we actually will just slowly bring this into the corner, keeping tension. Bring it at a 45-degree angle and we just pull. And that's how we get a nice inside corner with our tape. We then take our 5-in-1 tool and we give it a slight angle toward the wall because this edge is the most important edge to push down. We give it a slight angle and we go down one side of the tape and then we come back the other way. The reason we do that is in case there's a sliver or a miter joint or even a piece of dust that did not get cleaned, because what you didn't see is we usually clean these baseboards first. We wipe them down with a degreaser prior to putting tape down, but by pushing down both ways you kind of ensure that you will have less bleed through once you go to paint. If this was a painted baseboard, just a quick explanation, we would actually take the tape back just a sliver and expose a little bit of the baseboard because the baseboard would actually be caulked. And so on a painted baseboard, this gap here would be caulked, and so we would actually bring the paint just a sliver, just so where you can see a hair of, let's just say, the white painted baseboard, and that's where we would actually tape our line so that when we actually pull our tape while the paint is still wet after a second coat, it creates a perfect line.